Welcome to the 24-hour pork price channel today. We always update the latest information about the pork market in Vietnam. First of all, the editorial board would like to send our best wishes for health, happiness, success, and good fortune to all of you. If this is your first time visiting this channel, please click the subscribe button below to support the channel and not miss the latest videos. Here is the detailed content. Pork prices on November 23, 2025. The pork market in Vietnam continues to record a slight increase in many places with clearer fluctuations in some provinces. According to reports, many northern provinces have reached the 53,000–54,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram mark, and some even reached 55,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. Meanwhile, the central highlands, and southern provinces also increased compared to the previous session. The fact that many provinces have adjusted their purchase prices upwards shows that domestic demand from slaughterhouses, distribution systems, and wholesale markets remains strong. At the same time, farmers in some areas tend to hold back pigs, waiting for higher prices, leading to a short-term supply shortage. In addition, transportation costs, especially in mountainous areas or areas far from urban centers, and other logistics costs also affect the purchase price. Northern Vietnam. Price developments. Northern Vietnam is witnessing the strongest increase compared to other regions. Many provinces have finalized prices in the range of 50,000 to 53,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. Specifically, provinces such as Hanoi, Bac Ninh, Thanh Nguyen, Ninh Binh, and Hưng Yên have all increased to 53,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, each increasing by about 1,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram compared to the previous session. Some border regions such as Sao Bang, Lang Son, Quang Ninh, and Lao Cai also adjusted to 52,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram in the lower range in the north. Lai Chau and Dien Bien maintained a price of 50,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, while Sun Le was at 51,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. Some businesses in this region increased the price of premium pork by up to 4,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram to 54,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram for certain groups of pigs. 2. Reasons for the analysis. Strong demand. The north has many large slaughterhouses and processing plants, leading to high demand for live pigs, especially when supply may be tightening. Short-term limited supply. Farmers may be holding on to pigs waiting for better prices or are unwilling to sell in large quantities due to high input costs, feed, and breeding stock costs, or the expectation that prices will continue to rise. Good purchasing capacity. Traders and businesses are actively buying, especially from farms near urban centers or with convenient transportation routes, so they are willing to pay higher prices. Logistics costs in border or mountainous areas are high, but traders seem to accept this, leading to high prices in provinces such as Sao Bang and Lang Son. 3. Risks and opportunities. Opportunities for farmers. This is a good time to sell if the pigs have reached market weight and feed costs are controlled. Risks of holding onto the herd for too long. If farmers continue to hold onto pigs waiting for higher prices, but farming costs continue to increase or disease outbreaks occur, profits may be eroded. Price fluctuation risk. If the restocking cycle is strong, supply may increase rapidly, causing prices to reverse and fall. Farmers need to monitor the actions of traders and slaughterhouses. Central and Central Highlands regions. 1. Price developments. In the Central and Central Highlands regions, live pig prices also increased slightly in some provinces, but the fluctuation was smaller than in the north. NLDO reported scattered increases of 2,000 VN per kilogram in many places. According to the Department of Agriculture and Environment of Tรึ่NG, Nha Trang, and Lam Dong, these three provinces recorded an increase of 1,000 VN per kilogram, bringing the price to 51,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, the highest in the region. In the central region, provinces such as Quang Tri, Hue, and Da Nang continue to trade at a low price of 46,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. According to Tรึ่NG newspaper, some other provinces such as Quang Ngai and Gia Lai maintain a price of 47,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, while Con Hoa is around 50,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. 2. Reasons for the analysis. High transportation costs. The central region has complex terrain, and the distance between farms and purchasing points is large, leading to high logistics costs. This makes it difficult for traders to collect goods at high prices like in the north. Fragmented supply, many small farms, and the quality and quantity of pigs from these farms may be small, making it more difficult to collect large quantities of goods. Demand is not yet strong. Although there has been a slight increase, demand from large slaughterhouses or processing plants in the central region is not as strong as in the northern and southern regions, or has not yet reached the point of needing to collect large quantities. Farmer psychology. Some farmers in the central region may have lower expectations for strong price increases, so they are more hesitant to expand their herds or sell their pigs early. 3. Risks and opportunities. Opportunities. Farmers in Thanh Hoa, Nha Trang, and Lam Dong can take advantage of the rising prices to sell off a portion of their herds. Risks. If transportation costs continue to be high or traders do not collect goods aggressively, prices may stagnate or decrease. In addition, if the supply from small farms suddenly increases, because many farmers decide to sell, the pressure on prices may be significant. Difficulties with restocking. If farmers want to restock their herds but feed or breeding stock costs are high, financial risks may increase. Southern region. 1. Price developments. The southern region also recorded a slight increase in some localities. According to Agriculture and Environment newspaper, the price of live pigs throughout the region fluctuates between 46,000 and 53,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. Specifically, Ho Chi Minh City and Tay Ninh both increased by 1,000 VN per kilogram to 52,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram according to Young People. Dong Nai, a key province for livestock farming and purchasing, is currently trading at 52,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. According to businesses inquiring about imports, at the lower end, provinces such as Dong Thap and Giang and Vinh Long recorded prices around 49,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. According to the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development, Ca Mau and Can Tho are currently being purchased at 50,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, according to business reports. Secondly, the analysis of demand in major cities such as Ho Chi Minh City and surrounding areas shows high demand from wholesale markets, supermarkets, and processing systems. This pushes traders to offer higher prices, increasing the likelihood of large-scale purchasing. Dong Nai and Tay Ninh are strong livestock farming areas with large farms, making it easy to gather pigs on a large scale, leading to competition among traders for purchasing. Logistics costs are better compared to the mountainous regions of central Vietnam. Transportation within the south or from farms to main distribution centers is more convenient, reducing input costs for traders. The supply is flexible, with many medium and large-scale farms able to meet high purchasing demand when traders want to gather pigs. Thirdly, risks and opportunities. Opportunities for farmers and farms in Dong Nai, Tay Ninh, and Ho Chi Minh City include taking advantage of the slight increase to sell their pigs or sign contracts with traders for slaughter. The risk lies in holding on to pigs for too long. If farmers decide to keep pigs hoping for continued price increases, but if there isn't enough strong demand or feed costs are high, profits could be affected. If many farms release pigs onto the market or if exports or slaughter flows become saturated, prices could drop. Analysis of market causes and dynamics. Supply and demand. Supply is partially constrained as some farmers are holding on to pigs waiting for higher prices, reducing the quantity of pigs released to the market. This creates upward pressure on purchasing prices. Increased demand at the end of the year means processing plants, supermarkets, and retail systems may prepare supplies before the peak season, causing traders and pig farms to adjust their purchasing strategies. Several factors influence pork prices. First, the slaughterhouse network. Some slaughterhouses in the north or south may take advantage of high prices to gather pigs from large farms. Second, transportation and logistics costs. In mountainous or border provinces in the north, such as Sao Bang, Lang Son, and Lao Cai, transportation costs are high, but prices are also higher or increased to compensate for these costs. In the central highlands, transporting pigs from mountainous areas or small farms is more difficult, affecting purchase prices. In the south, provinces near large slaughterhouses or distribution centers find it easier to gather goods, so prices are better adjusted. Third, the psychological factor of farmers. Farmers expect prices to continue rising, so they hold on to their pigs, leading to a short-term supply shortage. Some small farmers are hesitant to sell in bulk because of investment costs, feed costs, and breeding costs. Keeping the herd longer may yield better profits if prices continue to rise. However, if they hold on for too long, farming costs can erode profits, especially with high feed costs. Fourth, external factors such as weather and disease. If there are weather disruptions, the cost of transporting pigs will increase. Increased transportation costs may lead traders to accept higher prices to ensure supply. Effective control of swine diseases, such as African swine fever, allows farmers to confidently keep their herds. If the risk of disease is high, they may sell quickly to minimize losses. Forecast and recommendations. In the next 3 to 7 days, prices are likely to continue rising slightly in many provinces, especially in the north, if demand remains strong and farmers continue to hold onto their herds. In the central and central highlands regions, prices may stabilize or increase locally in provinces such as Thanh Hoa, Nguyen, and Lam Dong if pig collection is efficient. In the south, provinces near major slaughterhouses or with strong traders, such as Ho Chi Minh City, Tay Ninh, and Dong Nai, may continue to see price increases, while prices in remote areas may stagnate. Recommendations for all parties involved are provided. Pig farmers, if their pigs have reached a good weight and feed costs are under control, should consider selling their pigs in provinces with high prices. For small farms or high-cost areas, they can continue to keep a portion of the herd to wait for better prices, but need to carefully manage costs. Traders should optimize collection routes from farms in remote areas, combining multiple small farms to reduce transportation costs. They can sign long-term purchase contracts with farms to stabilize supply. Slaughtering and processing businesses need to review live pig purchase contracts, calculate purchasing power early to accumulate pigs before major fluctuations, and strengthen warehousing and inventory management during the peak season at the end of the year. Management agencies need to continue monitoring the disease situation, ensure transparent information about supply, and support traders and farmers with logistics if there are transportation bottlenecks. In the latest trading session, live pig prices in many northern provinces reached 53-54,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, showing very strong demand in this region. The central and central highlands regions recorded a slight increase in some areas such as Thanh Hoa, Nguyen, and Lam Dong, bringing prices to around 51-52,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, but many other provinces remain at lower levels. In the south, provinces such as Ho Chi Minh City, Tây Ninh, and Dong Nai uniformly purchased at 52,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram, while remote provinces like in Giang were at 9,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram. The main reasons for this development are the short-term supply shortage, increased demand at the end of the year, and increased transportation and herd maintenance costs. It is predicted that prices may continue to increase slightly in the next few days if current conditions persist. However, all parties need to closely monitor to avoid risks if supply surges or costs increase. Experts predict that market live pig prices may continue to rise due to increased demand during the holiday season. Export processing orders may see price increases of up to 5,000 Vietnamese dongs per kilogram in the short term. Conversely, if supply increases more sharply than expected, and restocking is not properly controlled, prices will be under downward pressure. There are only a few months left until the Lunar New Year of the Year of the Horse 2026. This is the peak period for pork consumption during the year, but the livestock industry is still under great pressure from African swine fever. Authorities advise people to restock their herds in a controlled manner to avoid the risk of disease spread during this sensitive time. This concludes the detailed update on pork prices for November 23, 2025, published on the Giá heo 24 Hours channel. Thank you for watching the video and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to receive our latest videos. Goodbye and see you in the next videos.